Welcome everyone to the 2018 World Championships live from San Jose, Costa Rica. We are just about to start off the day. They're making some announcements down on the court. We have Paola Longoria from Mexico taking on Gabriela Martinez from Guatemala. This is the finals, ladies and gentlemen. We are watching now to see who will be crowned the world champion. Paola Longoria is defending her title here. She's won actually for the last couple events. I'm joined now by Dr. Tim Baghurst, who will be guiding us through this match. Tim, can you talk a little bit about the two players and the legacy of Longoria that she's defending here today?
Absolutely, Laura. Longoria will be the heavy favorite just because of her pedigree at the international stage, especially in singles. She's dominated women's singles for the last few years. The only time she's lost, actually, in the last several years has been to American Ronda Rousey in the finals of the Pan Am Championships. The one person, though, that she really seems to struggle against is Gabriela Martinez, who's been getting better and better and better. Still competing as a junior. She was in the finals 2 years ago, silver medalist. She wants a different outcome today. However, she's been in great form. Last night in her doubles match, she was diving towards the back of the court, hit herself with a racket on her left elbow. She was forced to forfeit, was in obvious pain after that, was forced to forfeit that semifinal in doubles. Went to the hospital, got x-rays. Everything's okay. It's just bruising. And you can see her left elbow heavily wrapped and strapped. We'll see if that affects her. I talked to her doubles partner, Rodriguez, this morning and asked how she was doing. She's doing really good. She's able to bend it. She's got full range of motion. Great. But Martinez, we know, is a diver. She flies around the court. And I said, well, is she going to be able to dive? Because that's something she does. She keeps the ball in play. A little smile from Rodriguez. Well, we know Gabby, right? Was her response. So let's see what we get. It's going to be one of those situations where Martinez has to be mentally tough, not allow that injury to affect the way she plays.
I'm interested to see, how this affects Martinez's game because she is known as being such a diver. You know, I was saying last night, she gives everything out there. Most people give 110. I think Gabby Martinez gives 150, and maybe she overdid it. So I think it's a new element for her, too, to see maybe how this changes her games without the diving. Looks like Paola Longoria will start off serving first in game one. She's in red for Mexico. Gabby Martinez in the back in the white and blue.
Skip for Martinez. Typical play for Longoria is not going to make many mistakes in this match. Will keep the ball in play. Always happy to go to the ceiling and say hit one more ball. And that's what she did. Martinez skipped it. Great serve. We might have an appeal. Martinez looking to her coaches to appeal. In the end, she decides to appeal. One disagrees, one agrees. Beautiful wide angle pass from Longoria. Laura, she's incredibly mentally tough. She's been here before. We saw her yesterday in her semifinal. She lost the first game to Vargas and then came back and just really cruised through game two. Closer tiebreaker, but again, showing that mental toughness in difficult situations.
First side out now for Gabby Martinez and her first opportunity to score in game one. It's 0-3.
Really good start for Longoria. Again, count the number of skips that Longoria has in this match. Usually below 5 per game. Really hard to beat somebody who doesn't make easy mistakes. It gives points away.
Short serve. She'll get a second serve. Another point for Longoria. A strong start for her at 4-0 now in our final.
Soft hands from Martinez, showing that she can control the ball, not just with power. So Martinez loves to serve over to the right. Where she stands, she can serve down the line or to the left. It's very, very deceptive. It's very hard to pick up which way she's serving, and you could see Longoria actually took a half step left, but the ball was short. Rare mistake from the Mexican. But look at that. Very confidently hit. Martinez with the error. Longoria didn't hit that ceiling ball well. Still, she's back in the box. 4 serving 0. I think that serve was good.
Well, referee calls it for a second serve for Longoria.
Well, just a reminder, of course, players have 3 appeals. Martinez has already lost 1, so maybe just saving those for later in this game.
Oh, there's a dive. First one from Martinez. You can see her favoring that elbow, kind of holding it up as she falls. She calls a timeout after that fall. Let's take a look back at it here on the screen. See her diving to that corner and keeping that elbow up. Now, what I would be afraid of is that she might injure something else if she's trying to favor that elbow. It's hard because she is known for that diving, and this is what we anticipated when we were talking about it at the beginning of the match.
Sure, but this is a final. It's a World Championships. They happen only 2 years, every 2 years. You can't blame Martinez for going for it.
No, and I don't. I just think it's going to be interesting to watch her change that up a little bit because we don't want her to injure something else or hurt that elbow. So maybe she's going to have to work more on reading and faster footwork or something. But it's a new element for her as well. 5-0 lead for Paola Longoria. Martinez calling that timeout, looking to get a side out here.
I like the timeout. She's only been in the service box once, Martinez. Another great serve, Longoria. Smart shot again. Controlling these points, and it started with a great serve, Laura. Forcing Martinez to play defensively. She's just playing extremely well right now, the Mexican. Not that time. It was difficult gliding along the left wall. Martinez needs to find some momentum. See if she goes down the right or goes left.
Another big skip from Longoria. First point now for Gabby Martinez.
That's the first unforced error from Longoria. Excellent serve, Martinez. Oh, that's beautiful. Crowd love it here. Martinez diving to the left side, controlling the ball. Splat winner. Beautiful that time. A little tap from Martinez. Great shot, Longoria. Martinez maybe went for a little too much on that previous shot, giving Longoria the opportunity to put that ball away.
Nice wide angle from Martinez for a quick side out. No points earned for Longoria. You can see her staying fired up too. A little bit more emotion from her.
She is an emotional player. Thought that was good. Very close. Great second serve, but look at that from Longoria. Really controlled it well. Side out for Mexico.
And I like Longoria's focus right now. You know, sometimes when you come to an event like this, you're in the final, so she did have some time to really focus on how she was going to come out today. We saw her yesterday in the semifinal. It took her a little bit longer, and maybe Maria Jose Vargas had, you know, frustrated her a little bit in her first game. She's looking solid right now.
She really is.
Clean.
Textbook racquetball. Good serve. Creates the setup. Smart pass down the right side. Didn't go for too much. 7 serving 2. You can hear Martinez talking to herself. Might get a second timeout. No. She looks at the scoreboard over to the left, Martinez. 8 serving 2. Right now, Longoria just controlling these points, pushing Martinez around the court.
Skip from Martinez puts Longoria at 9-2 in game 1.
There is that timeout for Martinez. Laura, before this match, I talked to Longoria's coach, Fran Davis, asking for a little more information about Longoria. And one of the things that she likes to do is kind of a relaxation, but also a little bit of cross-training, is play golf. As she spends time with her friends and family, engaging in a little bit of relaxation away from the court. She spends a lot of time on the court. She spends a lot of time in the gym as well, and really works hard on her fitness and her athleticism. Trains with her partner Edson. Really does a lot of travel representing her sponsors. That sometimes takes a toll in terms of how she gets her training in. Because of the demand she has, she's so popular in Mexico that it's difficult to focus sometimes on racquetball. Here she is, though. She seems very dialed in. She seems to be very focused on what she has to do here, because it's another World Championships final. She wants to continue this legacy of dominating women's sport, racquetball. Great pickup, Martinez.
Full house here at San Jose Indoor Club in Costa Rica for our women's final. Standing room only. Be a second serve.
Coach for Guatemala is Tom Travers. Wanted her Martinez to appeal. She doesn't. What a serve. Martinez will appeal. Now is she appealing a screen or a short serve? Short serve is being appealed. Both line judges agree with our official from Colombia. 10 serving 2, a point for Longoria, mixing up her serves well. Another excellent serve to the left side. Beautiful from Martinez. You can hear her shouting. She needs some points. She started to get into the service box, but it's still 2 serving 10. Skip from Longoria. That's her second unforced error of this game.
Ooh, nice winner from Martinez.
I thought that skipped.
So does Longoria. So does the referee. But not half of the crowd.
Well, here we have the appeal. It actually hit that tape on the floor, and that tape has our cable down there. Wow, it's overturned. I'm not sure. The crowd thought it was a good shot.
I was on the side of the crowd as well. I thought it was a good shot.
Sounded like it hit that tape. You can make your own mind up. It's one of those contentious calls, right? Feel like the crowd are pulling for the underdog right now, 4-10 down. They want to see a great match. Look at how close Martinez got to Longoria on that shot. Smooth hitting from Martinez, but great defense from Longoria. Now she gets her chance. Replay called.
Well, that's good for Martinez because that ball was a nice, juicy setup for Longoria right in the center of the court. Nice.
Great get,
Oh,
Martinez.
what a get.
Oh, my goodness, Martinez.
Look at that split.
Side out.
An appeal, another appeal from Martinez.
This time it's Longoria who gets the call. 10 serving 4.
Short serve.
Another skip for Longoria. Martinez seems to have settled down now. 4 serving 10, changing over to the left side for these serves. From this position, she is allowed to serve to her left on a drive serve. Wow, that was really nice snap of the wrist from Martinez. 5-10. I think another point, and we might see Longoria take a timeout.
Yeah, Longoria had such a strong start at the beginning of this match, but Gabby just exercising some patience right now. 1 point at a time here for Martinez.
That's a loose serve. But wow, Longoria skips it. We are going to see that timeout from Longoria.
Well, I think it's kind of what you're saying, Tim. Like, there's a lot of pressure now that Martinez is putting on Longoria, and with that errant serve, basically from Martinez coming right off into the center and Longoria skipping that. That's not what you expect to see from her. We've seen such a clean game from her up until Martinez started really putting that pressure back on.
Right, and we talked about how Longoria didn't make mistakes. She was 10-2 up. Why? Because she's not making any mistakes. And then all of a sudden, I think that's skip number 4 or 5 in this first game. And I said, you know, typically she makes less than 5 mistakes a game. And that's the difference here. She's giving Martinez points. So you stick with what you were doing at the beginning. Smart passes, down the line, cross court, wait for your opportunity to attack. Right now, Martinez, sure, she's always going to hit some great shots, but she will make mistakes as well. So make sure that you keep the ball in play, keep her in the back of the court, and allow Martinez to give you some of those free points. I like the timeout, though. It was a good run for Martinez, 4 points in a row. Let's see if Longoria can get back in the service box. Second serve.
Serve that one short.
Really short, really close, rather. There you go, good timeout.
Yep, she gets the side out she wanted. Longoria now with an opportunity to score. She broke some of that momentum from Gabby Martinez.
Well, thanks for all of you who've shared our feed. We're going to be here all day. Expect some terrific matches as we progress through these finals.
Yeah, we'll get that schedule up on the board a little bit later, but there are going to be some tough matchups today.
11-6. 2 rallies won since that timeout.
It's a good change of direction, I think, for Longoria. You had Martinez kind of running back up the left side to the center of the court, and Longoria shoots it to the right, making it 12-6.
Keeping Martinez in the back. That's 3 in a row. No timeouts available for Guatemala. Nice hands, Martinez. Side out. Sometimes, you know, we talked about the injury from yesterday, and maybe those first 5 minutes or so was just Martinez testing out that arm, that left arm that she has bandaged. Feeling it out. Can I play? Can I do this? And I think now that she's in the 20 minutes in, she's starting to feel good. She's starting to feel like her normal self. And look at that. What a shot from Martinez.
Gives her a point, brings us to 7-12.
Excellent serve.
Oh, nice anticipation from Martinez.
What will Longoria do? Oh, no.
She skips it. Didn't expect that.
Little sigh from Longoria. Again, though, stays under control. A lot of people would get all frustrated and angry. 8 serving 12.
Oh, look at this hustle from Martinez.
Great get. Longoria has the setup in the middle of the court. Doesn't put it down. Oh my goodness. Martinez gets a better look this time.
Oh!
This should be a replay, and you can hear the groans.
Oh, that's tough.
Well, guess what?
She's out of appeals? No way.
Well, Laura, I think you and I would agree that was not a straight shot to the front wall. That was hitting the ball up. It should be a replay. Doesn't matter if your opponent's in front of you. Had she held up, sure, give her the avoidable hinder, but she didn't. She hit up. That's a tough call against Martinez. Shows you the value of making those appeals when you're absolutely sure. She didn't have any available. Call stands. I thought that serve was good.
Longoria looks off to her coaching staff to give a couple shrugs, so she's not going to appeal.
Well, and I think this is where you don't use those appeals, because it's a first serve, second serve. It's not vital as opposed to a rally-ending shot, for example. Smart shot. Longoria.
Smacks it down.
2 points away from this first game.
All confidence in that shot from our defending champion, Paola Longoria. Currently #1 in Mexico, #1 in the world, and won the title here in 2006 at the World Championships. Skip from Martinez now makes it the first game point for Paola Longoria.
Longoria, short serve. Notice that Martinez hasn't won a rally since that arguable decision by our official from Colombia. Saves the game point. Great return from Longoria. Game point #2 coming up.
The crowd is pretty quiet right now, waiting to see this serve and see if this is an ending rally for Longoria. 14-8, second serve, second game point.
What a shot, Martinez. Fist pump. Saves a game point. She's such a fierce competitor.
I love how her attitude just exudes out of her body onto the court. Nice wrist flick from Martinez. Keeps it alive.
Beautiful.
Oh. Longoria able to put away that setup. She had a lot of time for that.
A little more vocal, Longoria, encouraging herself. Game point #3.
Second serve for Longoria.
She got it back.
Wow, she saves that. Nice
Great
hustle.
Anticipation, but the ball goes
ball
out.
flies out. That means Paola Longoria wins game 1, 15-8 over Gabby Martinez. Take a look back here at this game point. Longoria is going to hit it. Nice hustle from Gabriela Martinez. That ball goes sailing out. We'll be back in just a few.
The Olympic dream is hard work. It's dedication, drive, and discipline. But it's also what you can't see. It's what's happening behind the scenes. Training our referees, executing anti-doping programs, and it's all of us coming together as a sport. The future of racquetball is the 2028 Olympics. You can pursue the Olympic dream with a donation to the International Racquetball Federation. Go to internationalracquetball.com and pursue the Olympic dream today.
The gearbox leather sticks to my hand like it is my skin.
The best feeling in the world. You pull that thing out of the package and you can kind of just feel it still molded into the way they packaged it.
It's honestly is one of the best feelings ever. You put the new glove and you're like, I got this. It's so light and so comfortable that I feel like I'm playing with my bare hand.
The grip is a lot better, so I love having new gloves.
We're back at the World Championships of Racquetball. Paola Longoria winning game 1, 15-8. About to start game 2.
Well, during the break, players have 2 minutes, of course. Head coach for Guatemala, Tom Travers, was very animated with our official Gomez from Colombia. Not happy about that avoidable hinder call that really changed the outcome of this first game. We saw Martinez coming back. She was down 10-2, was coming back, clawing her way point by point back. And then Longoria caught Martinez in the front of the court, was hitting the ball up, not straight in, and our official Gomez made the call avoidable hinder. Unfortunately for Martinez, she'd run out of appeals, couldn't appeal the decision, and the call stood. So there was a lot of drama in that first game over that call, and then Longoria just pulled away, taking it 15-8. Martinez has to remember how she got those 8 points. Good serves, moving Longoria around the court, allowing her to make some errors. So just Longoria took a timeout there to change her eyewear. She had a problem with her nose guard. I think that could have actually been an equipment timeout had she asked for it. But either way, it's second serve for Martinez. Good second serve, too. Crowd here, plenty of players, fans, and coaches, but also many people from around San Jose. They love their racquetball here in Costa Rica. They're enjoying this great spectacle. We hope you are too. Longoria will shoot this. Martinez got the ball, but look at that. Calm and controlled from Longoria. Stays focused, puts the ball down.
Zero serving one. That took an odd angle bounce off there. Get a second serve for Paola Longoria.
Little shift to the right side. Catching Martinez a little by surprise. Setting the ball up in the middle of the court. That's where Longoria wants it. And takes her first point of game number 2.
1-1.
Again, staying on that right side.
Oh, nice reach.
Yes, Longoria.
This is a really smooth down the line, but Longoria right there gets her racket on it. Puts her at 2-1.
Well, and you know, when you look at a player on the court and you see their athleticism, you see their mental focus and toughness, and you how is this person the best in the world? She has a team behind her supporting her. She has her head coach, Fran Davis, here, her training partner as well. She has a physiotherapist. She has a sports psychologist. She has a nutritionist. She has a personal trainer.
Sounds like she has an entourage right behind her, really supporting her in these efforts to be #1 in the world.
And it kind of highlights their value, and she's been so successful for so many years because of it. Of course, let's not forget she's also a very talented player and puts in the work, and you can see it in her fitness, her strength, and also her shot selection. She studies film with her coach. It's a plan. We've seen her training in the evenings after the tournament is over, working on specific shots.
Yeah, you'll see Longoria here long after everyone else is gone, just getting extra time in on the courts, making sure she's acclimated to, you know, the elevation here, the different changes in weather, like the humidity in Costa Rica. She's used to the courts. And sometimes it's those little differences that can really be such a big payoff, because of course these are phenomenal athletes. They're training for this all year long. And so those little differences can make a big result in the end. 4 serving 1 in game 2. Nice get from Longoria. Martinez down the left side.
Great shot from Martinez. Really credit Longoria for making her hit another shot, but again, great composure, hitting it down the left side, knowing Longoria is stuck on the right. Perfect from Longoria. Cracks out on the back wall. Side out 4-1. One game away from another World Championships title. Another excellent serve for Skip of this second game.
Four serving 1. Paola Longoria winning game 1, 15-8, and leading now in game 2. Nice reach from Martinez. Good defense so far from Guatemala. Unbelievable. That ball just smoothly, almost like pushed the way she hit that, a little bit softer for the side out. We can take a look back at that winning point. Nice.
It was an excellent rally from both players. I mean, Longoria really didn't do too much wrong, and it took something special from Martinez right at the end. Looks like Guatemala are taking a timeout. 1-4.
If we take a look here at the schedule coming up, because this is only the first match of the day. This is the women's final. You're watching Paola Longoria from Mexico against Gabby Martinez from Guatemala. Next up, we will have Rodrigo Montoya from Mexico taking on Charlie Pratt from USA. And then we'll go into the doubles, starting with women's Bolivia versus Mexico, and then men's doubles USA and Mexico. All of the finals feature Mexico, which, as we know, they have been such a force in the last couple of years. They won this event last year on the team side. Paola Longoria won in singles. And they are just really quite a big force coming into an event like this.
Well, and one of the questions is why? Why do Mexico win it? And they've won it for the last few years. And if you go to November, where we have our juniors, our World Juniors this year, it will be in San Luis Potosí, Mexico, from November 3rd to November 10th. Mexico bring a great juniors program. And they typically win the juniors. Those juniors transition into the seniors, and that trend continues.
And there's so many racquetball hubs in Mexico. There's Juarez has a lot of players, Chihuahua has a lot of players, San Luis Potosí has a lot of players, and they really do a good job of focusing on the juniors.
Yeah, and we're seeing some of those. Talk about Montoya coming up next, junior world champion in 2015 against another Mexican player. So it's nice to see them transitioning through the juniors into the adult level, and that match, by the way, is going to be very, very exciting. Let's focus on this one. It's 2-4. Martinez gets a replay.
2-4.
Martinez moving around in this service box. You can see she's closer to the middle now. Gets a screen serve. She hasn't had any free points on this serve. Longoria has played excellent defense, keeping Martinez, for the most part, in the backcourt. Not that time. A point for Guatemala. Laura, I feel that the closer Martinez can keep this second game, the more likely it is the pressure will be on Longoria. Great serve. There's that free point that we were talking about. Skims into the back corner.
She won't get many, but right now she ties it up 4-4 and it's keeping it very close in game 2. Nice play from Martinez. Her body language, I thought she was going to the right at first. Paola looked like she almost took a step that way. And Martinez hits it down the left side to put her at 5-4.
Well, that's the power of the wrist and forearm. Able to snap that across so it looks like she's going right. And then snaps that wrist left. First lead since 1-0 for Martinez. Oh, that's smart. Again, that snap of the wrist. Longoria looks back to her coach, Fran Davis. Fran indicates you've got to hit that lower. And a little vocal Longoria.
Well, as you mentioned, Tim, when she gets to this point right in the finals, we've seen Gabriela Martinez and Paola Longoria match up before. And Martinez does give her some trouble. She's a fierce competitor. This puts Gabby Martinez at 7-4. I think Longoria, asking the referee if she has a timeout. She goes ahead and takes that timeout. And Tim, just to revisit something that you were just talking about, because I do think it's so important, and we've talked a lot, around the racquetball community, about how can we grow the sport? How do we continue to grow the sport? What's the best effort? And you were talking about the fantastic junior program coming out of Mexico, how when you see that, powerhouse kind of coming through the juniors, that's going to translate here into the adult arena as well. And I know that Costa Rica, our host here this week, the Costa Rican Racquetball Association, has done a lot of effort in growing their juniors program, and they have a couple new facilities that now they are running some junior programs, so those are growing as well. Downstairs they have been generating a lot of support at this event. And I believe people have been contacting you at the IRF and kind of sharing, how can we grow our juniors program? This is what we're doing in Argentina, for example. Maybe you could comment on that before these women get back out.
We could talk for a while on this topic. We'll try and do it in 30 seconds. But the juniors program here is supported in part by the government. And so they help to cover the cost, for example, of coaches who give their time and effort. And that really helps keep this professional, keep it not focused on volunteers, just we hope that the volunteer will help and do something for the sport. It's more of a business. And so we see Costa Rica bringing juniors to the World Juniors time and time again, and really starting to become more and more competitive. Andres Acuna, for example, has come into the senior level and playing extremely well.
So back into this match, Longoria called that timeout, works to her advantage. She gets the side out, and now she's serving 4-7. Oh, a skip from Martinez, another point for Longoria.
So that's 2 rallies won since that timeout. I feel like Longoria, if she can get her first serve in, it makes a huge difference for her against Martinez. Beautiful from Longoria. That's 3 rallies won.
Yeah, that timeout, so valuable. And look at the difference that it's made now for Longoria. She's come back and won 3 rallies, scored 2 points, 6-7.
Low percentage shot from Longoria. Gives Martinez the side out. Laura also mentioned in relation to juniors, having these tournaments in a country can generate interest in the sport. And we've seen juniors all week in the courts when they're open. We've got juniors here watching on who may have never played and say, I want to be on that court. I want to be in front of this crowd. And so, great shot from Martinez, 8-6.
Well, I think you make a really good point, Tim, because it's showing that the youngsters that there is a future, right, for this sport. You can be just like this. You can have a full house watching you and cheering you on, and the kids say, yeah, I want to be out there. I want to be like Gabriela Martinez, Paola Longoria. I like that. Nice serve.
Fist pump from Martinez. She leads 9-6. Deep sigh from Longoria.
Holy Toledo.
Now we're starting to see Martinez picking it up, hitting the serves that she wants. There's that crack ace on the right side. Such an emotional player, Martinez. Full of confidence, too, you have to say. Always believes in herself.
Yes, and so young with so much confidence.
Perfect shot.
Just crisp, right? You can just feel as she's putting a little bit more into the ball with that confidence. She's up 11-6 now.
Well, we should mention Mexico doesn't have another timeout. Remember, they took one right at the beginning of this second game because of the eyewear switch. Oh, my goodness. Now she's starting to hit it. Martinez. Beautiful forehand pinch winner. 12 serving 6. Will we have a tiebreaker to start our World Championships finals for today? Martinez all over that pinch from Longoria. You saw Longoria, she wanted to slam that ball.
Oh, she did.
That would have probably been a technical or a warning. She knows the rules, but you can see she's frustrated. And it's been based on this good serving from Martinez to start the point. Let's see what she comes up with. Half lob to the left. Oh no, Longoria.
I think she's a little too frustrated. She is a professional true and true, so I know she knows she has no timeouts. She wants to calm down, but you got to think a little bit of her is thinking, okay, I won game one. Worst case scenario, we're going to a breaker and I have time to regroup.
Game point for Martinez. I do like how Longoria took a deep breath and held up her racket just to compose herself. But she skips another one on the backhand side. She's going to stay in the court and hit for a little bit. What a turnaround. Martinez takes the second, 15-6. She'll serve first in the tiebreaker.
We'll be back in just a few moments with more of our women's singles finals, so don't go anywhere. You're watching the World Championships.
The Olympic dream is hard work. It's dedication, drive, and discipline. But it's also what you can't see. It's what's happening behind the scenes. Training our referees, executing anti-doping programs, and it's all of us coming together as a sport. The future of racquetball is the 2028 Olympics. You can pursue the Olympic dream with a donation to the International Racquetball Federation. Go to internationalracquetball.com and pursue the Olympic dream today.
The gearbox leather sticks to my hand like it is my skin.
The best feeling in the world. You pull that thing out of the package and you can kind of just feel it still molded into the way they packaged it.
It's honestly one of the best feelings ever. You put the new glove and you're like, I got this. It's so light and so comfortable that I feel like I'm playing with my bare hand.
The grip is a lot better, so I love having new gloves.
We're back at the 2018 World Championships of Racquetball. This is the 19th World Championship. The women's singles match between Paola Longoria and Gabriela Martinez. Longoria is the defending champion. She won in 2016. We're in a tiebreaker right now as Longoria won game one 15-8. Martinez coming back to win game two 15-6. And now we have our tiebreaker, which is first to 11. Remember, the IRF rules are best 2 out of 3, first 2 to 15, breaker to 11. I'm Laura McCormick, joined by Timothy Baghurst.
This is better for Martinez from 2 years ago. She lost in 2 straight games. Great mental toughness. She found her rhythm. She will ask for a replay.
She's going to get a side out, and she goes right away to using one of her appeals.
Well, Martinez is very, very quick. But I'm not sure what she's appealing. So a replay, the value of line judges. This time Martinez gets her appeal correct, so she keeps the 3 that she has in this tiebreaker.
Right, the line
replay 0-0. Sorry.
That's okay, my bad. The line judges overturn that appeal by disagreeing with the head referee. Oof.
Well, Martinez just slipped on the right side. Very hot and humid here. Saturday in the indoor club, San Jose, Costa Rica. We've been here all week. 6 beautiful courts, Laura. 2 of them very interesting with white floors. That's created some interesting perspectives for those who've never played on it.
Well, and my favorite story and anecdote that you told earlier this week is that when this club was actually built, it was originally supposed to be all squash courts. There was a problem, a miscommunication. Somebody maybe drew the wrong thing, and here we are with 6 racquetball courts, and racquetball is growing and growing here in Costa Rica.
We were here last year for the Pan Am Championships. It's been a lot of fun. We appreciate everybody who's worked so hard to make this event truly memorable. Well, in game 1, Longoria would have put that ball down. She left it up. Martinez showed her what to do. Side out.
0-0 in our tiebreaker. First opportunity now for Martinez to score.
Longoria skips it.
First point for the Guatemalan, 1-0.
Let's just refocus and recognize that Martinez is still a junior, still competing in the World Juniors. Here she is, 10 points away from a World Championship and being able to call herself the adult World Champion. Incredible.
There was another appeal there on the court.
There's one of those ones I don't think you appeal. It's a short serve. You get a second serve.
Yeah,
appeal the skip.
She's used one of her appeals, and as we saw in game 2, she exhausted her appeals early in game 2 and ran out. So you do, again, want to be a little bit more strategic with those 3 appeals that you do get, because if you lose an appeal, you lost that opportunity.
Wow.
Bang, bang, bang. Side out for Martinez. Those were some fast, powerful shots from both women. 1 serving 0.
Martinez, multiple junior world champion over the years. Ace serve from Martinez. Little fist pump from her. She also won doubles with her sister in the 18s division. A great moment for that family. Andrea, her sister. There's a mistake from Martinez. A little smile to her coach. That's what you have to do, is just kind of laugh that off and go, I shouldn't have done that, rather than let it get to you.
But man, after ripping an ace and then a short lob serve, you're right, you have to smile.
There's an ace serve for Longoria.
Longoria with an ace of her own puts her at 1-2 in game 3.
Plunging to her right, Martinez. You can hear the squeak as her body hits the floor, but not good enough that time. All square, 2-2. We edge closer and closer to 11, point by point.
We're starting to see that focus from Longoria that we saw in game 1. She's trying to keep it while she's up there in the court. And I love watching Martinez, in that contradiction, because she's not intimidated. Nothing intimidates her. She's out here going for the title. She might be young, but she is fierce.
Well, let's recognize she's been playing at this level since she was 12.
Amazing.
I first saw her when I was refereeing. I refereed one of her matches as a 12-year-old at the World Championships. I mean, think about that. You're 12 and you're competing against adults, and she's been doing that ever since. You can see all the experience she has. She's not going to be overcome by this situation. But that's a smart shot from Longoria, who taps her head.
It's going to be essential for her to keep doing that, making those smart shots and cutting down on mistakes, because that was something that we saw that, kind of caught up with her so far in this match, was too many errors. She's going back to game 1 now, playing her smartness, keeping her focus, just like she did when she won 15-8.
Wow. Short. I think we might see an appeal here.
That was an interesting dive with her hand up, too.
She looks to her coach, Fran Davis, asks for advice. That was close. So that one, you might ask for an appeal. I mentioned don't appeal a short serve, but that one, if it's overturned, is an ace.
It's a special circumstance.
Exactly, because Martinez didn't get to the ball. If Martinez gets the ball to the ceiling, hey, I don't appeal that. But in that situation, you win that appeal, that's a point.
Oh, wow.
Textbook. Let's go, says Longoria.
She got that serve return kill. Good anticipation from Martinez, and she gets it.
Wow, what athleticism. She's so fast on the court, Martinez. Sacrifices her body for that point. What a great effort.
Look at her running all the way up there. Gets the racket on it, keeps it low. Fantastic racquetball for our World Championships final.
And we mentioned how Martinez uses the emotion. She plays with emotion. Often the more emotional she gets, the better she plays. Sometimes maybe gets too emotional and starts to go for things she shouldn't. But when she finds that sweet spot, she plays tremendously. We'll see if that helps her get back in this tiebreaker. Of course, she's down 2 serving 4.
Yeah, and it's always interesting to me to watch Paola Longoria. Now, we saw her with that focus that got her the lead right now up to 4-2. So it's going to be essential for her to keep her focus, not make mistakes, and keep playing that smart racquetball that got her up right now in Game 3.
What a great first match we have for you. 3 more after this.
Oh,
beautiful.
And Martinez just keeping it so low. 3-4.
Longoria with the loose return right down the middle. Avoidable hinder.
Oh. Too much contact there in the center. Not looking very friendly on that pickup either.
Point given. I have to agree with it. Yeah, Longoria looks to her coach. She was completely in the way. Glad that she's okay. It was just incidental contact. And 4 serving 4, right? Martinez hit that great shot, diving get, got the emotion back, and then 2 quick points. We'll see if this little break, you can see Longoria, she's slowing things down, checking the floor, trying to change the momentum here. Martinez has won 3 rallies in a row.
Martinez will serve.
Groans from around the crowd because had that been over the line, it would have been an ace. Second serve, probably to the left. It is. And another point, Martinez. Mexico might take a timeout soon. 5 serving 4, 3 points in a row for Guatemala.
Oh,
4 points in a row.
Hitting that crack. Ace serve, 6-4.
Martinez 5 points away from being a world champion.
Yeah, as you called it, Tim, Longoria taking a timeout. Neither player has used any of their timeouts so far in Game 3. You are allowed 2 timeouts in this tiebreaker. Probably a good time for Mexico. Now, what we've seen traditionally here so far this weekend from Longoria is she takes a timeout and she leaves the court. She's sitting there right now with her teammate and training partner along with Fran Davis, who are giving her some instruction. Coming up next, our next match is Charlie Pratt from USA against Rodrigo Montoya from Mexico. They will be battling for the title of world champion in men's singles. And then later today, we'll have the doubles for you. First up will be the women. It's It's, oh gosh, I'm blanking. I know it's Mexico versus Bolivia. And then in the men's doubles side, it's USA versus Mexico. Mexico, as we've talked about being such a powerhouse, is in every single final here at the World Championships.
Well, the men's are fighting for a title. The women are fighting for a title and a combined title. The referee asks for silence. Longoria doesn't put it down. Oh my goodness. The crowd won an upset here in Costa Rica.
Take a look back here at the replay real quick. Some good rallies so far today.
Well, both players had opportunities. 7-4. Martinez skips it. Side out. As we edge closer and closer. The official can give the crowd a technical, Laura, I should say.
What happens if the crowd gets a technical? Is everyone has to leave?
It's -1 point to the player they're supporting.
Oh my goodness, that's a rule I've never heard before.
Well, typically you have one side that are supporting one team, Mexico here, one side supporting Guatemala. It seems that the majority of the independents, the Costa Rican fans, they want an upset. Longoria, obviously the multi-world champion. Martinez, the upstart, as you will, the challenger, so they want an upset. If they call out during a point, for example, a -1 can be awarded against that player they're cheering on.
Good information, Tim. That's something I hadn't heard before. Nice, smooth return from Martinez. No points scored for Longoria.
Funny story for you. Coach Tom Travers in 2014 had two courts next to each other, and he was trying to coach both, and he got a technical on the court he actually wasn't actually focused on because if he was shouting over. We're just cutting out the photo flash.
Yeah, somebody kind of had that light going into the court.
7-4.
Skip
8-4.
Longoria.
3 points away, Martinez. Not allowing her injury from last night to affect her.
Yeah, I'm really impressed at her performance so far, that it's not affecting her. She's doing such a great job. She aces Longoria, 9-4.
I would take a timeout again.
Yeah, Mexico does have another timeout.
Martinez sticking with this serve on the left side. It was in. That was a good serve. Longoria will appeal it. You have to think that was good. It looked good from here. Line judges. One agrees, one disagrees. Call stands. Championship point, Laura.
This makes it match point now for Gabby Martinez. Longoria asking if she has another timeout, which is the appropriate way to do it. She's going to take her second timeout right now at match point. Paola Longoria winning game 1, 15-8. Gabriela Martinez coming back to win game 2, 15-6, and now leading 10-4. We talked about that elbow injury that Martinez suffered last night, and it is really fantastic and impressive to watch how that hasn't affected her, you know. There were questions of whether it was broken or not. She went to the hospital to get it checked out, and she is performing like a champion right now, and she is 1 point away from taking the world title.
She seems very relaxed down here, kind of joking around with some of her teammates. Travers looks on with a big grin. He senses this is it. This is Guatemala's moment. They've never won a senior world title. Martinez, the crowd silence. Here we go. Great
side out
from Longoria.
Longoria showing her true championship colors too. She's no stranger to this pressure. I bet she's not even concerned with the score right now.
Oh, I bet
she
she
needs to
is
score.
scoring.
Well, I mean, in her head, though, look at that side out that she just scored on match point.
She needs to focus on this rally. Point given. Great serve from Longoria to the right side.
Short
Close.
serve. Be a second
Close.
serve.
Oh, that's terrific shooting from Longoria.
I mean, look at this, how well Longoria is handling the pressure. She sides out at match point, puts herself in the service box at 4-10, and now scores 2 points. 6 serving 10.
Another point, and we'll see a timeout from Guatemala.
Short serve. Second serve for Mexico.
Sometimes in these situations, the person who's down just relaxes a little bit. I've got nothing to lose. Let's just start hitting. Beautiful from Martinez.
Look at that expression. Everyone feeling it right now for Gabby Martinez. Take a look back here at this winning point from Martinez as she sides out.
Splat winner, you're watching history being made on this court. Can Guatemala take their first World Championship title? Martinez. Longoria. Skips the ball. Unbelievable.
And Gabby Martinez is now the new world champion here in San Jose, Costa Rica, getting so much love from the crowd here. Incredible performance from the young Guatemalan.
She gets a hug from her coach, Tom Travers. Respect to Longoria. He showed a lot of class coming out and congratulating Martinez and the Guatemalan contingent. But it's Martinez, still a junior, now a world champion at the adult level. Unbelievable.
And she's been through so much in the last 24 hours with that elbow injury. Playing like the true champion she is. Gabriela Martinez, the new world champion of racquetball for 2018. Taking a look back here at this match point winner, it's a skip from Longoria.
You felt that Longoria just maybe sensed she had to do something more than she did. Went for a little too much, put the ball in the floor. That's what Martinez was hoping for. What a way to start this day. Wow. Tiebreaker win, Guatemala. It was Longoria who took the first 15-8. Martinez rallied, took the second 15-6. Took a commanding lead in the tiebreaker. Longoria fought back for a few points, but ultimately Martinez claims it 11-6.
That was the first match of the day. Coming up next, we have Rodrigo Montoya from Mexico and Charlie Pratt from USA. That's going to be another incredible final match here. These guys are fighting for a new world championship title as Rocky Carson, the reigning champion, is not playing singles this year. Then we'll go into doubles, Bolivia versus Mexico on the women's side, and on the men's side, USA versus Mexico. We'll be back with the men's singles final, so don't go anywhere. There's more of the IRF World Championships.